me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
Somebody call for the queen. Dagger.
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to keep 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the volume, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, you got the picture me, Pacific ice on my ocean. Pulling up with a real bad, you too. Dripping my swag, do about tag on. I got it in the bag now, getting all type of cash. I'm a general true. I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to keep 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the volume, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture.
You gotta picture me. Send me calling. Ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Money goes on these. White paint on my toes. When I send a new ray alert, gon' be mad. Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose to. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no?
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to keep 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the volume, I had a in my shoulder.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll wind up with a about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, Ryan. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
21. Gun. Hey, express. Wait. Let's go.
On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the others, you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Ryan fights him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Jordan Hicks in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. That's his longest run of the first quarter, and Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter, so that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside, but it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
22. Gun. Wait. 54 outside. Here we go.
3rd and 2. Now Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 55 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Run. Great.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Great 15. Great. Run.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A first down for the Eagles. Wentz finding the former Raven Wallace. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Run. Great 15.
Now Wentz again. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, it's just been an aerial attack all the way downfield, and they're putting it to the defense in a big way right now. What do you think, partner? Do you now run the football? Because they're in a pretty good spot already at the outer edges of the field goal.
But, like you always tell me, you're still far enough away from the end zone that a pass could be a good option here, too.
You know, we always talk about running the ball until people take it away from you. I don't see any reason to stop throwing it until they take it away from you as well.
Well, the early returns here on the opening drive, though, solid. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Good chip.
Now a play fake. Wentz. A dump off to Smallwood. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. It's first and 10 at the 14. From the red zone now, Wentz. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Let's go.
Wentz to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with two straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is third and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
82.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Richard Rodgers, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half 3-0 New England, Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, the third team to win the year after losing the Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England. It got his man complete. A gain of 39 that time.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
You got 4 down.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Gun. 12. Hey, Tuesday. 22. 11. Hey, Tuesday. Hey, 25 on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
Hey, wait. 12.
They'll run here with Freeman. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Gun. 21.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in. And the Falcons are in for 6. And it's up and good. That pushes the lead now to 15-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.
Wentz. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Grade 15, grade 15.
Now Wentz on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Gun. 22. 21. Hey, South. Right. Ready to go.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
22. Gun. Hey, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. This will be from 56 yards out. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. On first and 10, here's Wentz. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap, to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Great. Black, come on.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
He's got his man. That's Wallace. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Into the red zone. Wentz escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
81. For Tokyo. 81. 81. That's it.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, Tuesday.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, South. 11. Gun. 21.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Looking deep for Julio. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 43 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? First and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
This complete left side to Aguilar. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Great 15.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Open now, second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Here's Wentz to throw. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of Brotherly. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
82. Shorty.
On first down, Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Sport Tokyo. Great 15. 81. Let's go.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. That one goes for 24 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Great 15.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Forced out to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
81.
Throwing is Wentz. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And here now come the Falcons. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman.